The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field.
Let's go! Set! White 80! Watch the screen! Pass! White 80!
They'll throw on first down to Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Going top shot for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Jones. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. The connection made, it's Graham. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Now Roethlisberger gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that can get you to overcommit running in that direction, then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Lock 80! Alert, alert! Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot!
First carry for James Conner. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Alert, alert! Flag,
Roethlisberger will throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
50. Hey, Delta.
42. I smell fear in that offense.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Tyler Ervin back deep. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. We're scoreless after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the 36, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
X3, 218, chop it. Easy.
Watch the slack, watch the slack.
Hey, Echo.
42 slack,
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He finds McDonald. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Blue draw Corcoran. 44.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
44.
Max 50.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
For the field goal, a 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Rodgers now to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Rodgers now on first down. And Graham's got it. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Rodgers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run with Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
All right, now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Stop here, D.
Here's Roethlisberger. And a catch made by Johnson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Hey, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
77, 77. Five.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Roethlisberger now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Single receiver.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. But now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Topper! Check 3. Switch. Loco! Hey, Haywood!
Ben to throw again. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
He'll field this at the 5. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
198. Watch 98.
26.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Rodgers. And pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And they get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in. And had just enough to get it done.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tremont Williams. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 23 yards, the pickup there.
Hey, alert.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Za'Darius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Johnson with a catch, the 1st down or more. Johnson's got it complete. And did he get it? No, down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Connor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Roethlisberger. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger taking it in. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Rodgers now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Jones dances by him. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pull it together. Watch 98. Watch 98.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got Lewis. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis, 59 yards. Now the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I thought, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. They need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back now in Pittsburgh, a lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Now good hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Packers pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. Runs through the contact. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
These two. No spacing.
On first down, it's Samuels. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Here's Samuels again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run on first down. It's Connor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the Packers' 42-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On second down, Samuels. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Roethlisberger on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Set! Like 5!
Let's go tight end. Let's go right here now. Double tight. Double tight. Double tight.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. I got you, 45. Black, what's that? Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. Black, I said.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Black, I said.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Roethlisberger on the keeper. A loss of 1 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 17.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
No foul.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here we go.
How about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Check me out. 8. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
I got him.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure. pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You're handing
out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.